Today we have $30,000 to spend across 3 collections. We knew this was going to be tough, but our journey across Ohio and West Virginia led us into quite the situations.
I mean, this is a perfect example. Once you started, you couldn't stop. At what point did you start destroying receipts?
Even the $50,000 that I spent, I knew I was blowing it. You're losing your biggest buyer because I'm it.
So we just drove up and they're petting a deer in their yard.
Oh guys, it's okay.
Put 'em, though. That's the whole problem.
It's a beautiful time of year in Elyria, Ohio. The leaves are falling, the colors are changing. We're here to look at some sports cards. Today we have a little bit of a different objective. Normally we come and we try to just buy whatever we can see within reason. But today we're working off a pretty strict budget. We had a good month in sales last month, and today we're gonna try to spend our excess disposable income on collections. And we have $30,000 to work with. The problem is these 3 collections that we're seeing today, they want to collect to $50,000. So we're gonna have to be really shrewd with our negotiating and figure out what we can take, what we can't take. We're gonna do our best to stay within budget and try to fit all of these collections into one day. But with any of these trips, there's always hiccups. And last night, the airline lost Matt's bag with the tripods and the tape that we used to tape our microphones. And so we're gonna have to head back to the airport in between 2 collections and see if we can get the tripods. If we can't get them, Matt's shoulders are gonna get really tired today. We're gonna have to use a second camera set up somehow differently. We'll make it work. Matt's really good at what he does. We picked a perfect time to come to Ohio, that is for sure. Hello?
Hi, is this Matthew?
Yes, it is.
Hi, this is Monica calling from American Airlines.
Oh, yeah.
Your bag is on the flight.
It is on the flight. Awesome.
It is on the flight.
Awesome. All right,
Okay.
thanks so much for calling.
You're welcome.
Bye. Rick,
Hey,
how are you?
nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Thanks for having us out today. Well, man, I've been super excited about this. You emailed me 3 or 4 months ago.
Yes.
And it stuck out to me because it's like Jim Thorpe, Tasmanian Devil. What the heck?
Well, when I was in the service, I played semi-professional rugby. My nickname that I earned was Taz because I ran all over the field and attacked everything. So, I mean, you can probably tell by my ears, they're real close to my head.
Okay.
Because they've both been torn off 2 times each.
Your ears have been torn off.
Yes, playing rugby. And I had to be sewed back on.
No way. Wow.
2 times each side. For me, collecting has always been an issue where if I decide I'm going to collect something, I go all in and try and get every part of that.
At what point did you decide to collect Taz stuff?
Well, they started giving them to me,
Okay.
just sort of as mementos at games and stuff like that. The other teams and everything started giving them to me. One time we went to High Point Prison
Okay.
and played the inmates, and that was one of their, that's for the murderers, rapists, all their high crimes. Well, one guy decided that he was gonna headbutt me as we went into the scrum. Well, little did he know that I played soccer when I was in my youth, so my forehead is quite hard. So I headbutted him the rest of the game and actually knocked him out of the game by headbutting him so many times.
Are you kidding me? Rugby? He lost his ears twice? He knocked out a guy with his forehead? Can you show me a Taz figure?
Yeah,
While we're talking
well,
about it? So like, what's something like that worth in the collectible world?
About $350.
$3.50.
No, $350. And I don't have the Christmas stuff
You
out.
are not joking. Rick, this is insane.
And this isn't all of it.
What do you not have that's here? Like, what are you searching for on eBay right now, like to fill collections?
I have just about everything. I mean, there's some high-end things that people have made.
Okay.
That cost in the thousands. Those take a little while now that I'm retired and on a fixed budget.
Sure.
So, unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to unpack it yet.
Okay.
But I have a 4-foot tall Taz stereo, where the CD player is his mouth that comes out.
What's the exit plan with all this stuff at some point?
Well,
go to a museum?
when I retire or when I pass away, my son has got instructions that this should be donated to Warner Brothers.
But when you build collections like this, one of the big hurdles is if something happens to you. What do you do with a collection like this? And I'm really glad to hear Rick thinking about that. He's got the Tasmanian Devil, his will, going through his son to a particular museum, Warner Brothers. He's already thinking about where these collections need to go. Super wise on his part. That's incredible, Tasmanian Devil. But the Thorpe stuff's what really intrigued me. I mean, so explain to me what's up with the Jim Thorpe collection.
Well, I collect the Dolphins, the '72 Dolphins, because of the perfect season.
Yep.
Also, they're my team. But okay. Jim Thorpe, he's the greatest athlete that ever lived. And I can honestly say that, and would have anybody who wants to argue with me, I can bring up all the facts that need to be brought up, showing that he is.
Yeah. Jim Thorpe was basically that kid in your PE class who won every event at field day, and he beat everybody at every sport. That's Jim Thorpe.
I mean, I can go into a whole diatribe of the fact that, you know, he's a Olympian,
yep,
football player, the first inductee into the Hall of Fame. In fact, he basically created professional football. He was on the traveling league that was the precursor to the NBA, so he helped create the NBA. He played professional baseball. Now, if anybody you can bring up has even that slight resume,
right, then you'll have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a Jim Thorpe card in your collection or any sort of Jim Thorpe piece of memorabilia? What's kind of been the coolest Jim Thorpe stuff that you've acquired?
Well, I pulled out...
Oh, you got a couple.
Three. Sweet. These are my 3 one-of-ones, which they're one-of-ones with Joe Jackson.
Goodness.
You know, my personal opinion is that he shouldn't be banned from baseball, and he should be in the Hall of Fame because he was probably one of the, if not the greatest player that ever played. They had the silver foil and the blue foil, and then this was the Beckett Special.
That came like this.
Yes.
Yeah. These are awesome.
And they're the only 3 one-of-ones that year. Wow. So, and I got all 3.
So were these the most expensive pieces of the collection or the hardest ones
right
to
now,
get?
Yeah. Right now, they're the highlight of my collection, so.
Wow. So anyone watching, what do you think something like that's worth? I'm going to guess $2,000.
It wasn't cheap when I bought it.
It doesn't even say.
Yeah.
I knew I was coming today to look at a Jim Thorpe collection. I knew there was going to be some cards, but I see these stacks of cards over here, and I am itching to dig into them.
He didn't sign a heck of a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of things that you'll find are basically cuts from old checks or old contracts and stuff like that.
Okay.
There's very few where he signed memorabilia.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So we saw Taz, we saw Thorpe. Now I know what you want to do. You want to get into those boxes with me. Let's dig into the sports cards. What's happening here versus what's happening here?
What's happening there is essentially for all the ones with the R's and the S's,
okay,
those are rookies and stars that I pulled out of packs that I opened because I like opening packs.
Okay.
Probably over the years, probably spent $150,000 pulling from packs, just because I like pulling. It's sort of like a lottery type thing. But what I would do was save all the stars and rookies because those were the ones that had potential for being valuable.
Sure. And what years was that from? What period were you ripping packs?
This right here was probably from the 80s into now. Probably a year ago.
Okay.
I stopped.
Okay.
When I retired. Part of the year after my divorce, I did take $50,000 out of my retirement fund and blew it on opening wax packs.
Stop.
Nope.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I love old playoff and I love old Pacific.
Yeah, those are good
cards, football.
Yeah.
Just because of all the inserts that they had were just so cool.
$50,000 on sealed wax, and he's not even regretting it. Those boxes aren't cheap. I think he said $1,000 for the Pacific. Those would be so fun to sit around and rip one day.
There's also the Dolphins 72 Dolphins cards that I collected.
Okay.
Bob Greasy, Paul Warfield, Larry Zonka, Jim Kick, Mercury Morris.
Pretty good players.
Jim Langer. Well, they're all in the Hall of Fame. So.
Yeah, pretty dang good.
Yeah.
So you got those over here. What are these? These are the ones that you're not selling.
No, I'm selling.
Oh, okay.
These are just the nicest cards that I liked. One-of-ones, unique jersey cards, stuff like that I thought you'd be wanting to see. Yeah. Instead of trying to go through all that, I went through all that and pulled these out.
Wow. We're coming to see a really cool Jim Thorpe collection. Taz, we thought there's a few cards. And I'm drooling over all the boxes. I'm like, there's a lot of cards in here.
For the stars and rookies, I just put them all in a...
You put them by player, I can tell.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is recent stuff.
Oh yeah. There's some recent, like I said, I spent 50 grand.
Did you ever attempt to sell this stuff?
I sold some stuff, but then it just got to be such a hassle that I was like, and of course eBay, their fees have just gone insane.
Yeah, I mean, but put me in the mind of you, like you're ripping $50,000 in wax. Is it
and that was just this past year. I mean,
is that an escape
from
like the personal stuff you're going through? You're just like, screw it, I need to get mentally like out of this place. Or was it
well, that was part of it. It was something I enjoyed. So I was like, I'm just gonna spend some money on something I enjoy.
Got it. Okay. It wasn't hey, I'm going to take 50,000 and hope to get monster cards and resell them. It was like, you just love doing this.
Yeah. I mean, it'd been great if I'd have gotten some monster. I did actually get a Drew Brees rookie card autograph.
Okay.
From one of the Pacific, which was, unfortunately, it wasn't, I did send it in to get graded.
Oh, you did? Nice.
And that's in here. You'll see it. It didn't get the highest grade, which is unfortunate, but at least I did get one.
Risky run, yeah. I can see the types of products you were buying for sure. How was it moving all this stuff? My gosh, it could not have been
easy. I paid somebody to do it.
Oh, yeah. I don't blame you. See, that stuff's cool. Like the greasy, what is that?
That's a pearl.
That's a pearl?
That's a pearl.
These are incredible Bob Greasy's, by the way. But like you're buying these old products, chasing the Drew Brees rookie. Or maybe not chasing the Drew Brees rookie, but like that era. Where are you going to get boxes like that? They're not easy to find.
No, basically I just found them all on eBay.
Just kept snatching them up?
Yep.
So like a card like that, you got your Pro Football Hall of Fame, Franco Harris, Bob Greasy. You were scouring eBay, or did you rip it?
No, some I ripped, very few. Most of these I just bought on eBay.
Okay, good. You really went crazy on Bob Greasy.
Oh, I
mean,
the 72 Dolphins, I was adamant that I would get every card that they ever made for Bob Greasy, for all the star players of the 72 Dolphins.
How close did you get?
I got pretty close.
There are so many Bob Greasys here. You know, a few months ago, we bought a Mike Allstock collection, which I thought was insane, and it is insane. This might be more insane in terms of like going all in on a player. Autos, rainbows, he just went nuts. Not just on Greasy, but on Zonka, on Warfield, on some other Dolphins from the 72 team. My mind is blown. I mean, you got some cool Bob Greasys in here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's a Drew Brees, Bob Greasy dual auto.
I mean, again, you got to remember, they're the only team thus far that went undefeated the whole season, to include the Super Bowl.
Oh, there's the Brees. I was waiting to find it. So there you go.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's a sweet card. That had to be fun pulling that out of a pack.
Oh, it was, because I bought probably 5 boxes of that product of the Pacific.
Really?
And they're expensive. They were expensive.
What is a box like that? Well, back when you were buying them?
They were right around $1,000 a box.
Oh my. This is just the first box. Mostly football.
Yes.
Would you say 90% plus? Is that?
Oh yeah, easily. I'm more a big football player because I played football when I was younger. Of course, that transitioned into when they stopped when football stopped being manly, in my opinion,
Yeah.
Can't hit the quarterback, all that sissy stuff, I went to rugby because there's no pads, no timeouts, 2 40-minute halves,
Yep.
and you just crush each other. That I like.
I did not expect this. I got the pictures and there was 7 or 8 pictures with, 10 or 12, 20 cards laid out. I'm thinking 100 to 500 high-end cards and then some quantity. It's just lots of good stuff. And I'm thinking, okay, we have $30,000 to spend today. I got 2 more collections to see. I am really feeling the pressure here of how am I going to balance all this out? I mean, can we do it? And not to mention the airport just called and we got to go get our stuff that's getting ready to arrive here in about an hour. So I don't know if you could feel the emotions, but I'm starting to feel the stress of the moment. So what non-football stuff do you have then? Is it just that baseball?
There's some baseball. There's some multi-sport where
Got it.
there's some baseball in there, some basketball, stuff like that. And you'll see there's some out of the 4 sports. There's some Shaq rookie cards in there.
Oh, okay. So why are you selling everything?
My son's not interested in the football cards.
Okay.
So I have nobody else to leave it to. Didn't see any reason why. I've sort of gotten away from the football cards. Now I'm, other than Thorpe's.
Yep.
I'll still collect those until I am gone.
Yep.
And of course, the Taz collection, I'll always buy Taz here and there.
Yeah.
But that's primarily it. Football cards, I've sort of just, I burnt myself out with that $50,000 I spent.
I'd say so.
So I had my fun, and
Okay.
that was the blowout.
So you sell off the cards. You're probably not getting back in the sports card hobby.
No, other than, like I said, the Thorpes. I'll
Got it.
continue when I can buying up
Yeah.
all the Thorpe products that I don't have, because, like I said, when I pass away, those all go to the Thorpe Memorial.
Yep.
Hopefully with a nice stipend to create a little museum for them.
So R1, S1, I think you said earlier, rookies.
Yeah, those are the
Stars.
rookies and stars. Basically, when I was ripping all those packs, any rookie card I would pull out, and then any star cards, name players that are well known, or semi-stars or big stars.
Oh my goodness, I can't.
Because you'll see in there's Youngs, Aikmans, all the big stars from throughout the years.
So the team bags alone.
Yeah.
You just kept grouping these guys together.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by the whole putting them in team bags philosophy. I might ask more about that, but this is a lot buyer's dream, right? You just hope that he didn't take the time to think about selling, and there's maybe some goodies hiding in there. He's told me there is, but I'm definitely thinking, okay, that's going to go back and get processed through bulk and eventually make its way to some of our bulk sales. Oh my gosh, you have so many greasies.
I tried to get everything he had.
This is
Everything
all
made.
greasy in here?
Yes. And there's a whole nother 5,000 count box.
This is a perfect example. Once you started, you couldn't stop.
I wanted the whole thing. And when I say the whole thing, like the last few years where they made that whole rainbow, the rainbows are in there.
Rick.
And like I said, it was a fight for the one-on-ones. I got as many as I could.
At what point did you start destroying receipts so you didn't remind yourself of how much you were spending?
Oh, it didn't bother me.
Yeah. Disposable income's a beautiful thing, huh?
Yeah, my wife and I had a good living.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, really, I know we have a budget to spend today. Based on the original pictures that I got from him, I was thinking it was a lot smaller collection, so I was thinking a lot lower number. I'm thinking, okay, I got 2 more collections to see, and I got to maintain this budget. I want all that stuff. I think it's great stuff. But I have a feeling the number is going to be astronomical, so it's going to come down to what he wants, but I'm really starting to feel the the intensity of the moment, knowing what's happening the rest of the day. So what advice would you give to somebody who's going through the same thing that you were going through? And I'm not saying it's a horrible thing, but like, it's a habit that eats a lot of people alive in the hobby. They get so sucked into it. What advice in hindsight would you give to somebody who's blowing a lot of money in sports cards?
Well, for me, it's one of those things that I did it for the enjoyment of it, and I wanted to have it all for a particular player, for these particular players, and that's what meant to me. So, and it didn't bother me that I spent the money because it was one of those where it made me happy. And I've always found, I've lived my life that way, is don't worry about money. It takes care of itself if you work hard and you're a good person and honest. I've always found that the money is there as needed. So
it doesn't sound like you have regrets then?
No, I don't have any regrets.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, this was stuff that I had fun doing.
Yeah. So my takeaway then
even the $50,000 that I spent, I knew I was blowing it because opening wax. When I could have bought actual cards that were worth a lot and then invested.
Yeah.
But to me, it was more fun the chase. So, and I had $50,000 worth of fun.
Yeah. So my key takeaways from your story then is, you know what you love, first off. You collected what you love. There's a lot of truth to that. You had a good job, you had disposable income, and you spent money that you were earning.
Yeah.
So you're not sweating bullets at the end of the month.
No.
Because it's just like your fun money.
Yeah.
There's a difference between that and someone swiping their credit card every month and trying to get rich quick.
It's just like any problem that somebody has. They have to acknowledge that and deal with it. I've just never had that issue. If I like gambling, but I only gambled what I could afford.
Yeah.
A lot of great lessons from Rick here. He obviously spent a ton of money on sports cards, but he did it with disposable income, and he used cards as a way to escape the stress of life. The hobby in general tiptoes around this fine line of gambling and pleasure. It's very rare that they both exist. Rick might be the exception.
All right, so let's talk about these cards.
Okay.
What, I'd love to buy it all. Like I told you 10 minutes ago.
And they're all for sale, so.
What, there's more here of good stuff than I was expecting.
Okay.
You insinuated it in the email, but I didn't see it in pictures, so that's why I was probably more surprised than you were expecting. What's the number you want to make you feel happy? I mean, you know what you spent. Obviously, it's not going to be the same you spent.
I was hoping to get at least 10,000.
Okay.
I don't know where you're at, but I understand.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's something that you have to be able to make money at.
Yep.
And because it's a specific collection, 72 Dolphins primarily, plus the other stuff, I know the value that's there. Yep. You can't pay anywhere close to that. But what do you think is fair?
Yeah. So the number you want is 10.
I'd like to get at least 10, yeah.
Okay. So you might be wondering, where does the $30,000 number come from? And it's pretty simple for me. We take the profits that we make from selling collections and we keep that in the business as our working capital. We don't spend debt on collections. We spend the cash that we have available, and we run everything as auctions on eBay. So the stuff that we buy, it needs to be stuff that I think will sell. And so I look at collections like this and I think, okay, I'm gonna put all these up for auction and I'm gonna let the market dictate the price, and I'm gonna invest the open capital that I have in it. So yeah, I have to be a little bit wise in terms of the money I spend and the types of cards that I buy.
I mean, I'd like more, obviously. You always want as much as you can get, but I understand you're gonna have to sell this stuff, and it's not an easy sell necessarily.
Yeah.
Especially when you come to the Dolphin stuff, you're losing your biggest buyer because I'm it. So
we've had this conversation a couple times before. Like, that's always the risk you run, because there are buyers for this stuff.
Sure.
It's great stuff. But if you strip away the big guy or the couple big guys, the market shifts quick.
Yep.
I was going to offer you 11.5.
Okay. That's fair.
That's what I was going to offer you.
Okay.
It's more than what you're wanting.
I appreciate it.
You want 11.5?
That's
for all of it?
fine
You
with
feel
me.
good with that?
Yep.
Okay. It's a done deal.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh, I wanted to give you, this is a Jim Thor Taz football.
What?
It's the actual Looney Tunes.
Oh my goodness.
See the picture on the side.
Man, that's super cool of you. Thank you for that.
You're
It's
welcome.
got Bugs, it's got Taz, it's got Coyote, it's got Tweety.
Yep.
All the Hall of Famers.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Cool. So there you have it. Efficient. Great spending the time with Rick. He had a lot of depth to him, a lot of cool stories, some that we couldn't even share with you, but he just was great to hang out with. I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of surprised we got the deal done. I'll tell you about it in the car here, but I'll tell you why I offered 11.5 as opposed to just taking his 10. There's some reasons to it, but he had $10,000 as a price tag in mind, and I could have just taken that, and he would have been happy, and I would have obviously been happy. And we're working on a strict budget. In this situation, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't go above and beyond to treat someone fair. And I felt like he was severely underpricing some of his stuff, and so I was thinking maybe between 12 and 14 is where we'd end up. But when he said 10, I thought, okay, let me increase the number a little bit to really sweeten the pot and make him feel good. Which is why I threw 11.5. It'll mean we have to be more aggressive maybe in the next one, but that was the right thing to do in that moment.
Oh yeah, the airport. We cannot forget the video gear.
Crisis averted. Tripods and tape are now in hand. So we got $30,000 to work with. We just spent $11,500, which leaves us $18,500. Now we're walking into a collection with a gentleman named Daniel who's got graded Mantles, Trouts, Harpers. I think he's gonna want a lot. So I have to be selective. I might not be able to walk out with what I want to walk out with in this one because I have to leave enough money for our last collection of the day with a gentleman named Jeff. And I know that's a big collection. So we're just gonna have to cut emotion out of this and make a deal that just makes sense for us. My goal here is to spend no more than 12 to 15,000, depending on what he's willing to sell. To leave us 5 to 10 to play with Jeff. That's the goal now.
At the last second, Daniel got cold feet and didn't want to be on camera, which is totally fine with us.
Your collection's good, dude. Like the Mantle stuff's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's right there on the corner.
This collection is way too good to be passed up. He has everything from Mantle to Trout to Jordan to Kobe, graded, ungraded, and everything in between. It's incredibly nice, but it's going to severely impact my $30,000 budget.
I mean, I got Tim Duncan, Shohei, Tatis Jr., Vlad Jr.
So were you just snagging these on eBay?
Yeah.
Was that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. Your McGuire stuff's cool. What's up with the infatuation with McGuire?
Well, when him and Sosa were having that
You went
war,
crazy?
I mean,
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
that was the thing back then.
Well, I can see what you did too. Like you, you got some cool stuff. Like the throwback threads is awesome.
Yeah.
9.5. But a lot of the stuff I could tell you probably just bought what you could afford with the grades.
Yes.
8s and 9s, what you could afford
Yes.
it. Okay. Well, we got the deal done. Daniel was exceptional. I so wish we could have put him on camera, but I totally respect his privacy. You can see here, we're running out of room. We got those great cards, the Trouts, the Mantles. We got everything that we wanted there for $16,000, which puts us at $27,500. I have $2,500 to work with. I really didn't think this through, did I? That's what happens when I get sucked in with cool collections. We'll figure out something for sure. But now we're headed to West Virginia to go meet Jeff and close out our evening. So we just drove up and they're petting a deer in their yard.
He loves me. When he was really little, he started following me around, and now he just keeps coming over and visiting. And
It's a wild deer that's been coming to you since it. Yeah, he just licked me. Wow. We go inside?
Yeah, let's go inside. I mean,
Any more animals you got hiding?
I don't have a petting zoo, but I got plenty of cards though.
We'll take it. We'll take cards over petting zoo. It just smells like cards to me.
It's a candle.
Oh, you got a sports card candle? Whoa, this is really a man cave.
Like I said, I'm big into like pre-war
Oh,
and
there's
stuff
a
like
lot
that.
of cards in here.
You know, so this is like my cool stuff.
Whoa.
You know, little tie card, bat card. Tie card.
Yeah. This is awesome, man.
Figured you'd like ties.
Some Heine minutia here. Yeah. This is killer. Okay, so you just
And then just some stuff sprinkled over here.
you're just running out of space. Is this overflow or is this like where primary?
This
stuff
is
goes?
how it started.
Okay.
And then it went out there because
Okay.
the girls vacated. We became empty nesters, and I created the man cave.
Well, show me the rest then.
Card cave.
The card cave. Oh, this would be so cool to chill in. This is where you watch games. Oh, this is DJing.
Yeah,
Come on
that's
here.
a little DJ thing I had from back in the day.
Okay.
I graduated high school in 1987. I was lucky enough to go to Wheeling Park High School, and I was in the radio class for 3 years up there, okay? And that, I got the bug for radio. And I was going to go to college for 4 years and do radio and learn everything about it, but I'm like, why? I can just go right into it. So 2 months after high school in 1987, in August of 87, I started part-time at a radio station. I never looked back.
New and classic rock, Eagle 107.5. There's U2 from the Joshua Tree. That's With or Without You. Some classic Aerosmith in there with Last Child. That's for our friends in Bethesda. Hey, it's Jeff Jagger hanging with you on a hump day. And tonight's on Rockline, it is Roger Glover of Deep Purple.
This is impressive. This is what most guys dream about, like getting their stuff into one area, being able to chill with all their goodies. What are you laying out here?
Like Mickey Mantle,
Those guys.
Vertical Mente, we hang.
Whoa, this is a man cave. He's got the TV over here. He's got a DJ station. He's got records. He's got sports cards. He's got it all. This really is a pretty sweet man cave. What a book card that is.
That's pretty special to me because Yankees is more my favorite team. It's just that I live closer to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Okay.
So I do love the Pirates too.
Okay.
Not really their current lineup. They got a few good. They got a nice pitcher now.
Yeah, they
Paul
do.
Skeens,
Man, he's
But we're I'm into the Mantles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite cards.
54 Bowman. We just bought one of these about 2 hours ago.
Nuh-uh.
We did.
Okay, you don't need another one. That'll stay here.
Yeah. And a 5 too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I got some Pirate stuff. That's
Yeah.
from the 1960. That's a picture from the 1960 World Series
Okay.
when they played the Yankees.
Yeah.
And then the famous shot from Maz.
Here's a swing and a high fly ball going deep to left. This may do it. Back to the ball goes down. It is over the Pirates win.
So most of the people in this area are they Pittsburgh? I mean, you're at what, 45 minutes from Pittsburgh? An hour from Pittsburgh?
Closer to an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Pittsburgh is the team that's closest and
Yes.
people root for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, some people like Cincinnati. Some people like Cleveland. I mean, it's no longer Indians, Guardians. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But basically, I started when I was a kid. I'd go to the store. My mom or dad would say, "Hey, we need a gallon of milk." Go to the store. I said, "Can I buy a pack of cards?"
So tell me about the collectors around you here. Is there? I mean, you're obviously a collector. You collect a lot of things. Is there a collectors community around here?
I don't really have a lot of friends that collect.
So not a huge community that you're involved in.
Not really.
Okay.
I buy most of my cards from the Pittsburgh area.
Gotcha.
There's a couple of shops up there that sell vintage and stuff. And so
Okay. And you work up there, right? You work.
I
Pittsburgh?
work in Pittsburgh
Okay.
mainly.
Okay.
I install cable and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
Internet. So,
Okay.
but yeah.
Very cool.
So, this is a gift for you.
Oh,
For coming.
Starting with the gift. Ooh, nice.
Bobby Witt Jr.
I'll take it. Thank you so much.
I know the cameraman likes Luca. 3 Lucas. They're just base cards, but they're yours if you want them. I don't know if you have them already.
Yeah, man.
So,
Let me see.
you have any of those?
No.
No? You do now?
I don't have.
What a nice gesture from Jeff. If you want to know the way to get to Matt's heart, you give him a Luka Doncic card. That's how he gets paid to produce this show. Don't tell anybody I said that.
So tell me and the viewers, why are we here? What are you hoping to accomplish tonight?
I'm overwhelmed. I got too much stuff.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to stop collecting ever.
Okay.
I'm 55 years old. I've been collecting since I was probably 8 or 9. You know, I started buying Topps packs when I was a kid, you know, when I lived down in Wheeling, West Virginia. And I don't have any of those cards anymore, but, you know, it brings back memories when you see something that you had at one point.
Okay.
You know, and then this happens.
It just keeps going.
I got a little out of control. My wife calls me a hoarder of cardboard.
I don't see any resemblance to a hoarder in here.
No. What I did was I kind of went through everything, and anything you see a CC on stands for chasing cardboard.
Oh.
This is stuff that I want you to take away. Trying to get rid of the bulk, you know. Not that the bulk's bad. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's all star stuff pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, there's definitely a lot of 70s and 80s.
You know, there's 20 or so boxes with CC written on them. And the hard part about this is they're just mixed. There's mixed Hall of Famers, and there's, you know, another 100 commons, and they're all on top loaders. And you know, you look at a box like that, it can be deceiving because they're supposed to be able to store 1,600 cards, but when you put them in a top loader, it's only about 300 to 500 cards. So you have to recalculate the number of cards you're actually looking at. So I'm factoring that in when I look at these rows of cards.
So why not just sell through the rest of these on eBay? Too much work, or what? Why not?
Oh,
You've done
no,
it before.
That's
sweet.
I got a full-time job. I'm not really.
You're not interested in that?
It just takes up too much time.
Yeah.
It's something you and your crew can do, but
yeah.
I'd rather sell it to you. And I'll actually sell you everything that I have listed on eBay too, and just take it all off, you know?
You're all about making life easy right now.
I really do. I mean, we got a new grandbaby.
Congrats.
We just became grandparents, me and my wife, and so we want to spoil that person. Well, can't spoil myself anymore, you know?
Yeah.
You got to have priorities, you know?
Yeah.
You know, downsizing is a real problem. You know, everyone that we meet at some point faces that decision. Do I have too much, or do I want to keep going? And you can tell Jeff has reached that point where he thinks he's gone too far and he needs to consolidate, whittle it down to the stuff that he really wants. You know, you don't have a lot of options when it comes to that outside of selling it in bulk to somebody and letting them do the work, or just taking the time to sell it on eBay, which he does not want to do.
But, you know, if you guys want to buy stuff, I've got other things I need to do with the money. You know, I got taxes to pay. Yeah. I'm a 1099 employee, so I got to prepay my taxes and stuff. And you know, there's some stuff around the house I want to get done. You know, just various things, little stuff.
Okay.
So,
man, you got some amazing relics.
You can twist my arm, you know, see if it sticks or if it, you know, untwist.
That one's off limits, obviously.
We can talk.
Okay.
I don't want to get rid of the. This is the only Lou Gehrig relic card I have.
Well, there's not a ton of them out there.
No. That's the only one I've ever come across that I could afford.
The relics on the shelf are incredible. Like his taste and what he goes after with high-end relics like the Ruths, the Cobb, the Honus Wagner, the Shoeless Joe Jackson. He's got some really cool stuff. None of that stuff is for sale, but I definitely admire what he's got going there.
This is almost the whole 59 Ted Williams set.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah. I will warn you that card number 68 is in there, but it's not real. It's a reprint.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So
we got a lot to go through. There's a lot here.
You're going to be spending
let's start going through a couple. Let me get a vibe on what's up, and then
yeah, sure.
Maybe
I'll let you get in here.
Okay.
And if you want to just go what's on the table first.
Yep, I can do that.
It's.
I'm just gonna.
There's no rhyme or reason. It's just stacks of stuff, you know.
So I mean, like a box like this, loaded with Hall of Famers. It looks like all Hall of Famers.
Oh yeah.
Why not grade stuff like this? Just don't care. It doesn't matter to you.
The price.
Ooh, this is a good stack of cards. You got the Hank Aaron's, you got the Clementes, you got the Willie Mays. This box right here, this is something I'm interested in.
I'm not a big fan of rookie cards with multiple people.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if you look at that,
like
Johnny
the bench and then the Ryan.
Yeah, I don't have a Ryan rookie, but and especially like the Pete Rose. Like I have all of Pete Rose's cards.
Yeah.
But I can't afford the rookie. It's just out of my price range. And There's
Drives you
4
nuts.
people on there.
We are almost 12 hours into today, the 3 collections, and we're running both low on energy and low on budget. So the way I'm going to approach this is I'm going to say, hey, look, what you tell me what you want to offer me to take all of this. Like, what's the price that you want to take it all? Really, because I want to walk out of here with 4 boxes. And if we can consolidate and get to those 4 boxes, I'll take the 4 boxes. But I don't think I'm at a point right now where he can almost not even give away bulk to me right now. He's going to have to sweep me off my feet with a good offer. I put these in stacks because I know what I will never get to.
Okay.
So I think, okay, I deprioritize certain things because I don't want to just keep stacking boxes like you have.
Right.
I want to focus on stuff that I know I'll move quick or great.
The better stuff.
Yeah, the better stuff.
Yeah.
There is good stuff in here, but we don't have the time, and you had them organized by name. I wasn't going to pull them out and start putting them in boxes.
Yeah.
We could easily do that.
Yeah.
That's not what we're doing. All that to say, I would be interested in all of it.
Okay.
But I would need to know where you're at with a number. I struggled with even trying to price it because it wouldn't even be fair to you for me to try to guess.
I honestly, I have no clue what it's worth.
Okay. Worth?
I mean, I have price guides here, but I don't look up all these cards. You know, especially just a 1980 Johnny Bench. What do I know? It's $2, $3, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I probably paid 75 cents for it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I mean, you're gonna buy in bulk here, and it's probably gonna be a lower number than I want, but I don't know what I want.
Okay.
So it's hard to. I wanted to see where you were at.
Yeah.
You know, before I threw something back at you and see if it sticks.
Okay. So this is a little bit of a different approach for us.
Okay.
Because you almost need to convince me to take it tonight.
Okay.
I would want to walk away for sure with that box right there. Like, if we could say, hey,
the one box that.
Well,
has all
a
the
couple
big
is up
names
there.
on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love all that stuff, and
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
we could probably really
Yeah.
quickly come up
Yeah.
with a good value on it. But like everything else, if you said, hey, here's my number, here's what I feel comfortable with, okay, take it.
Now you're including this stuff too, right?
Yeah, I would say put that in the good box. I assume that came out of the good box.
Mantles and whatnot, Koufax and
Yep.
the 59 Fleers, Ted Williams set.
Yeah, I mean, because like for instance, right, you grab a handful of these. I mean, you
I know
sell stuff on
what's in
eBay,
there.
right? Like that's a cool Nolan Ryan, 81 Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, but it's $1.
There's a million of them on eBay right now. Like,
Yeah,
there's tons
I mean, you can't
on
sell it on eBay. You have to take it to a card show and put these boxes out for 50 cents a card.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, 12 for $5.
That's not my game.
I know.
So,
but I didn't
there's
know
the
I didn't know if you had people that did that kind of stuff for you.
We do have people that will buy it from us.
Yeah.
So I would be the
So you
middleman.
could turn it around.
I probably could.
And sell it in bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it like surely
I
you
love
had
the
an-
cards. I don't need the bulk anymore.
We could easily separate and say, here's the good stuff. Here's what I'm willing to pay for it, and then here's the rest of the stuff, and here's what I'm willing to pay for it.
Okay.
We could do that.
Yeah, tell me.
But I don't have that number right now.
Oh,
because I really was. I'm wanting you to say, hey, you've had a year and a half in preparation for this. You know what's in it.
Yeah.
Like what it's worth to me is different than what you could probably get if you waited on eBay. That's two different things
yeah.
for me, right?
I don't
Like like again.
Yeah.
This is stuff that you can't sell right now. It's sitting in your eBay store.
Yeah, I know. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's low end stuff. It's, you know, some people like it.
Yeah.
You know, they just don't buy it enough.
Yeah. Do you want me to sketch out a number real quick for the good stuff and then the rest of the stuff? Would that be?
Yeah.
Because you don't seem like you're going to throw out a number.
Probably what I would say, you'd be like, yeah, no.
Try.
Okay. Well, first you tell me how many cards you think are there. You could add it in your head a lot quicker than me.
There's 20.
How many is typically in a full box?
You're going to fit 400 of those in there.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got 20 boxes, but not all of them aren't full. That's 8,000 cards. Yeah, that's probably fair.
There's probably 8,000 there.
8,000 total. 20 boxes, 400 a box.
And is that including this?
Not including your eBay store.
Okay.
Yep.
What about
Not
like
didn't
the
include
bath?
these. Yep.
Okay.
So let's say 94. 84. There's
Close to 10,000 cards.
close to 10,000 cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, close to 10,000 cards. Yeah. I would say probably 600 to 1,000 of A stuff. For me.
Okay.
A stuff for me. There is a lot of stuff. So I'm thinking about this from a couple different perspectives. One, space. Two, do I really want it? Bulk is fairly easy to get these days, and there's a lot of bulk. Of course, there's Hall of Famers in there. He's got some great boxes. So that's why I'm being very cognizant of getting the good boxes out of the way and making sure like I know what stuff I really want. But there's no doubt there's some great stuff in there, but it's being suffocated by all of the other stuff that's in these boxes. Yeah, so we can agree that plus or minus a few hundred is probably around 10,000 cards.
Okay. What do you want to pay?
So we came in today with a budget of $30,000. Right now I have $2,500 left. That's not going to be enough to buy everything, obviously, but I could probably select things that I want. But if I needed to make a phone call and say, hey, Marcel or Ben, do you want to throw in some money and acquire this collection? I could probably do that, but I'm going to try my best to stay away from that. I would be willing to pay okay. Man, I hate doing this. This is totally shooting from the hip on you. I was not prepared to just throw this number out to you. I thought for sure you'd have a number. You just seem so prepared to me.
I know what I would like to get, but
that's what I've been telling you. Tell me that number.
The way you're talking about it, with the
you just. What do you want to get? Tell me what you want to get, so I know for even the same.
Well,
world.
okay, we're talking 10,000 cards. I was thinking $10,000.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that's in the ballpark or not.
Yeah. It's too high for me. I'll tell you that for sure. Too high for me. I was gonna price. Well, again, I'm just shooting from the hip. The high-end stuff somewhere between $300 and $4,500.
Okay.
And then the rest of the stuff to me is like, okay, you need to sweep me off my feet. That's the way I was gonna look at it. Because I will take it off your hands, I'll pay a price for it, but I'm 100% not gonna overpay and extend myself on it. I would do $5,800 for all of it.
For everything?
For everything. That would put me about $4,000 for your good stuff, and I would pay $1,800 for the rest, and I would just offload it.
$5,800?
Yeah.
Can we do 6?
Do $6K for everything?
For that.
$200. Of course, we could do 6, but you good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's not big money cards. It's just you're doing me a big favor.
Okay.
You know.
What a great experience with Jeff. What a great experience this entire day. I hope you enjoyed this journey. We were feeling tension with money, with scheduling, with baggage claim issues. Today was one heck of a journey, so thank you for coming along. You know, we spent over our budget. I was trying at all costs not to do that. So I'm gonna pull into reserves, into our savings to pay for what we overspent today. This was not what we wanted to do, but we're doing it because we had to get that deal done with Jeff. So it is what it is. We failed you. We failed you in that regard. Hope you like that. If you like that type of content, if you want us to show more prices and all that good stuff, let us know. We'll do that more for you. Keep chasing. We did it. I did not think we would cram all of these boxes into this car, but we got it done. It's been a long day and I'm ready to hit the road. That was a fun journey. Oh shoot!